Great. Welcome back. Happy New Year. Happy 2024. And thank you everyone who have turned their videos on because it does feel good. Otherwise, we are talking to a blank screen. So nice to see you all nodding your heads and agree, disagree, whatever. So we get some feedback over there. That's great. I had it on my list too to ask you, and sir, I think has telepathy there, and he just mentioned it as well. Awesome.
Going for class now.
Stay muted. Okay, just keep the video on. My request to everyone is to stay muted, unless otherwise, because we have more than 50 people, 100 people on the board. Okay, so it is better that we stay muted. Whenever there is a requirement, I'll ask you to unmute. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead, ma'am.
All right. So we are trying to do this a little differently so it would benefit everyone. And a big chunk of parenting is definitely to look within, look at myself as a parent. And one experiment that we can probably take up for the whole year is something on the lines of what am I afraid of? You know, what I see in a lot of questions that come up again and again, we have been doing it for almost 2 years or so now, is somewhere we get stuck because we fear that my child will never stop crying, my child will never eat, my child will always hit or throw tantrums or whatever. So just ponder upon it this whole week. And if something is ringing a bell right now, you could type it out as well. What am I afraid of as a parent? You know, with that being said, something very, very trivial. I've been doing that myself. So something very trivial that we have not even paid attention to will crop up. You know, your child will lie. For the child, it's not a lie at all. He's just telling whatever he saw or did or whatever. And we think my child is going to be a liar. Right? And we want to fix it right away. And the problem is also prominent. What I think is the reason is we have evolved or devolved, I don't know, from the community raising to the internet raising. It's not even we as parents raising the children, you know. We are all nuclear families. We don't have as much of community support. And the children are digital age children. So a lot of shift has happened, even compared to how we were raised. The youngest parent on the call is also community raised. If you're at least 21, you are definitely community raised compared to the present day children who are lost, confused, bombarded with information. And even we, like even they see parents also on the phone calling, connecting worldwide. We are connecting worldwide, but we are never connected at the heart or soul level. So there is a lot of confusion that we too have. There are many questions were also like, my mother-in-law says this or my neighbor says this, should I do, should I not do? In my time, we never questioned. We just submitted. We said, okay, because if my mother is telling me something, she has raised 3 kids and she has seen few other, her cousin, her sister's brother, whoever raising children. So I just submit because this is first time for me and I admit. And it's okay. If the food that she suggested doesn't go well with the child, maybe the child will have diarrhea, and that's okay too, because that's how we grow. That's how we develop immunity. That's how we develop the resilience. We don't want to protect children. We don't want to definitely be possessive of children. What we want to do is empower children, because they are going to step into the world which is going to be much worse than what we are going through. If you look at it, I recently had my brother's the family visit from US, and the children are 16 and 20. You could see certain aspects of their brain is not developed at all. They don't feel the connect. They don't feel that they need to pitch in and do something. When we were 16 or 20, we were like all over taking charge and doing things. But they're so limited because their experiences are limited. They've lived with their own family. Exposure is limited. They have exposure probably in another area. You know, my niece, she's 16 and she can handle the entire theater set and handle the sound management, light management all by herself. She could sleep. I mean, she had like sleepless 3 days at a stretch at an event, and she managed all of that. Yeah, they have developed abilities where there is individual contribution, but as a community, as a connection with another human being, that is missing in a very big way. A very big way. And the same thing, even you can go back to your own childhood and see how many people we were connected with. How many am I connected now? You know, can I go to somebody's house and sleep in their house for 2 nights without complaining how bad the bed is, or how the AC isn't working, or how the smells are different, etc., etc. Simple things. And now our children, when we create a bed for them, we create a room for them, we create an environment for them, they're used to only that. And now they are going to grow up, and what do you think will happen? Right. So we definitely want to allow them, there are a few questions today as well, that children don't treat other children right. Go back to your own childhood and say how many times were we treated right by our own parents all the time. And with that, we know who should be my role model and who should not be role model, or who do I want to be like and who I do not want to be like. That's what children learn by giving this exposure, traveling by a sleeper class in a train, walking to the market and carrying all those vegetables back home and cutting vegetables and looking for something that has worm in it and how a brinjal feels with the prickly top on it. All these are extremely essential activities. So we don't have to look for any special activity that we have to buy or spend time on. Now just think, every time you feel like your child is bored, boredom is excellent. That is when they become super duper creative. And that is how, as kids, we invented games of broken bangles and flat stones, or a stick with another stick, whatever. We had all funky toys. Nobody had ever time to entertain us or buy us things. Right. Of course, we cannot do that now, but we have to put effort in creating that. We go beyond your fears. I know, especially in cities, in societies that people live, people don't allow their children to go into another person's house. We as adults, we have lost trust on another adult. If that is the fate in 2024, imagine how it's going to be in 2035 when your children are 15, 18, 20. Right. So we have to come together as a society now, as a community, where I go beyond worrying my child. Will he ever be able to read? Will he ever be able to mix whatever? So address, what are you afraid of? And if you're really, really honest about it, it's really nothing complicated. They're very, very silly,
Okay, so we are ready to go. We are live. We are also recording. There are a few members in our recent. Yeah, sorry.
Yes. Good, okay.
Yeah, in just addition to what ma'am was saying, how many of you are aware of the fact that there is boredom also is one of the activities? Any idea? Boredom is also a very, very powerful activity which you have to give it to your child at least once in a week. What happens is when we also will get overwhelmed with our neural connections and keeping them busy, keeping them active. We're all constantly searching for many, many interesting activities for our children. But getting them bored also is one of the activity what you have to get them used to at least once in a week. Am I making sense here? If yes, please type MS in the chat box. Because they have to get used to the fact that getting bored is very normal. Okay? So if they don't get used to it, probably when they get used to the mobile or gadgets, you take your mobile out of their life, it's almost like they've lost half of their energy. Okay, so just getting bored sitting and not doing anything is one of the resilient behavior characters which have to be developed. I remember as a kid we used to, I mean, going for the function was a compulsion for us when I was a small child. We didn't have any alternative because they used to any functions they used to take us, and maybe for the first 1 hour I used to get bored in the function, but somehow I could figure out how I'm going to keep enjoying, and by the time the function is over, I'm the one who's telling that no, we'll stay back for some more time. You know what I mean by this? Only because I was led to get myself bored, I figured out as a child how I can come out of that boredom. But nowadays, it's too much of pampering. Okay, we tell the child not to look at the TV, and probably the child doesn't know what to do. It's okay. Sit quietly, look at maybe take them to a balcony, make them have a look around, or maybe sit at home and visualize the whole thing at your 24/7, if not 24/7, inside your four walls. That itself is a lot of stimulation for the child. If I turn my right and see what is there, I can see many things, but do I remember it? Kids can remember it. That's what is a photographic memory, what they are about. So photographic memory is not only about stimulating the brain with the flashcards. It is just that you close your eyes and start visualizing once in a while what is there around you. That itself will be a great activity what you can implement. Am I right in saying this, ma'am?
Yeah.
Right? So probably we can keep that itself as an activity. Anyway, go ahead. I mean, we'll keep adding. I'm just making a note of what all the activities parents can think of doing this week, and we'll make them interacted. Yes, ma'am. Please continue.
Yeah, we will definitely have that as an activity. You could have it as your journal entry. You know, am I allowing my child to get bored? Am I afraid? What am I afraid of? Could be another prompt that you can create for yourself. And things will come up. I mean, you don't have to stick to this. Some things will come up that are more relevant to you. What we say, I mean, Sir said, we have several different modules in which several different ways we have answered questions. But I see the same questions are repeated or similar questions are repeated because yours is a unique case. Things don't resonate, and we probably cannot answer unless we have a one-on-one interaction, and even that may not work until you get your hands dirty. So your prompts are going to be very unique to you, that will reveal about yourself. So if you can dedicate 2024 for my own development, my own fears, my own apprehensions, my own boredom. I mean, can I sit without a mobile for 30 minutes? Can I sit doing nothing? I mean, there's a lot going on in the head, but can I just sit still for 30 minutes? Is an experiment that you can do. And believe it or not, the minute child sees you doing nothing or just sitting still, the child may also will definitely want to imitate you. Right. There is one other the negative effect of not allowing child to get bored is there's so much of stimulation. It is like we have stirred the dirty water. We keep stirring it and we need clarity, which is never going to happen. We have to allow it to settle down. That settling down is not, I mean, I would say, sir, the settling down would be everyday activity rather than a weekly activity, because we are getting stirred up every day. It's just like taking bath every day, eating every day, pooping every day, sleeping every day. We do everything every day, right? So there has to be like quiet downtime every day. So bring those into your awareness. Start working on yourself, and somewhere you will start seeing a change, not just in your child, but also with all the people that you work with during the daytime. Some of us live in joint families. Some of us have bad bosses. Some of us have not very convenient transport to work, or not a very good nanny or a house help, whatever it is. you changing will definitely have an impact on the people that we work with, we are in connect with, and definitely children are the big beneficiaries. And I cannot tell this enough. I mean, see, right now, sitting at being 56 years old, I can go back and say, okay, this is how it was. This is the mistake I did. So please don't repeat it. And my mother said the same thing to me, and she still says the same thing to me. But we have this need to reinvent the wheels ourselves, you know. We have to go through it. We have to commit the mistake, and then we have to fix it. That is fine as long as we are neutral, balanced, and stable. You can reinvent the wheel. No problem with it because you are stable. So there won't be any huge mistake that we will do. But like I said, internet raising messes us up so bad that you really can't go back and fix it when the child is 15, 16 years old. Right. I mean, 2.5-year-old crying for mobile is a definite no-no. I mean, that's where something I have very badly messed up, and fix it now. The child may cry for 3 days. Child may not eat for 7 days. It's okay. We have that resilience. I mean, somewhere out of that fear, oh my God, my child, I cannot let the child cry. I cannot let the child go hungry. I cannot let the child throw tantrums in public and how ugly it is going to reflect upon me. Shun that. And it's only like 1-2 times that you have to do. Once a child knows you are firm, for a good reason, okay? I'm very cautiously using this. Don't be firm on that he has to wear a blue shirt or she has to wear the bangles or things like that. Let go of all those tiny arguments. Or there is my need. Of course, I want my daughter to look very pretty in a party. But that's okay. That's not a big deal. But certain things are not okay. And that is where you're super firm. And she will not mess around with me. She will definitely test me out. A 2-year-old will test you out. And when you smile at it and see, oh, how is that 2-year-old playing tantrums affecting my mood? What fears is he or she triggering in me? What happens if the public laughs? That public you will never probably see again. Right? So let them throw tantrums in a shop. Let them throw tantrums on the bus. But you are firm. And about 2 times, maximum 3 times is when you have to be really firm and the child will get it. Because children are basically trying to see what they can do and what they can't do. That's all it is. Right. So if I come to your house, I'm going to check if you're allowing me to open your fridge and grab myself a cup of milk or buttermilk or whatever that is. And if I sense that you're not okay, I will not do that next time. But if I sense that you're comfortable, then I may also fix you a cup of buttermilk. All I'm trying to do is learn to understand. Children are looking for that guidelines, for that boundary. And once they know where is that boundary, they stay within that. So you are comfortable, they are comfortable. So my request for all of you is to just check, stop yourselves probably every 30 minutes and see what's going on with me. Am I unnecessarily fearful? Am I unnecessarily angry? Am I getting this anxiety? Am I happy? Do I want to repeat this event again and again? How do I handle this situation? Whatever. Just stop. Start reflecting within yourself. Allow yourself to get bored. Allow the child to get bored. Just sit. Go under a tree and just sit. Don't take any toys. I was a very bad mom. Okay, I'm still probably a very bad mom. I'll never pack any water bottles. I'll not pack any napkins, any food, nothing. We just walk into the car. We just settle in there and go. And my sister-in-law is a very good mom. You know, she always packs water for her son and whatever. So the son is now 22-year-old. Anywhere he goes, just not with mom. Do you have water for me? Come on, grow up. Take care of yourself, right? And children adapt. And my kids knew it. Oh, Amma is not going to pack water bottle, so I may be thirsty, so I'll take my own water bottle. Right? Or live without it for some time. That's okay too. Right? So become okay with child suffering a little bit. You don't have to do everything for the child. It's okay to give them a little knife and let them cut their fingers a little bit. It's okay. You are burning your fingers all the time, right? You're cutting your fingers all the time and you are not dead.
So what is the activity what we're going to give, ma'am, for the entire week? Let us maybe we'll have them share their ideas, or how is it?
Yeah, they could probably type it in as to what activity they want to take up. One thing is definitely slowing down. It could be by not watching, not being on the WhatsApp for 30 minutes every day, or just sitting doing nothing for 30 minutes every day with the child. It could be with answering one question, what am I afraid of regarding parenting or raising my child? So something with slowing down is what I would suggest.